The funny thing about this is I have quite a bit of drugstore foundation. I'm cheap. So it's like I don't want to spend my money on a foundation. And then, you know, I let them sit here. That be my thing. It's like I buy it, I film it with it, I use it for like a month. And then they just go to the back until the next big thing comes out. So, this is a mess. What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in today's video. I'm so happy to be back. It's been a minute that I have been on camera, so I want to say what's up. I hope everybody is doing well. I know we are in some crazy times right now, and I've been a little reserved as far as posting videos, even though I'm an avid watcher of YouTube. Like, I work from home now, as you guys know. So you guys, if you are a YouTube content creator, you guys know I constantly support you guys. So I usually have videos playing in the background. I may not be able to comment or like or whatever, but I'm definitely giving you guys those views. So YouTube is a bit of an escape for me, so I understand. But me personally, I've been absent from this platform. I can't even tell you why. So as you saw from the title, today we will be doing a declutter of foundation, which is funny because I have absolutely nothing on my face. It's hot, guys. It is too hot for me to put any kind of makeup on, but I did want to come on camera and do something. And decluttering, you guys know I have been decluttering over the last couple of months, and today I wanted to do my foundations. I have hella foundations here in this container, and it's time for a lot of them to go. First foundation that I just picked up off the floor that fell out, this is the Lancome. This is not necessarily a foundation. I'm going to tell you guys more about this in my upcoming favorites because it is something that I have been going to and reaching for quite a lot. I've actually worn it in a lot of my recent videos, the most recent uploads that I put in. And I mentioned to you guys, Influenza and Lancome sent me this foundation for testing. So it does say tester on the box. But this is the Lancome Skin Feels Good Sunscreen Broad Spectrum of SPF 23. And it's a hydrating skin tint that gives a healthy glow. Again, I'll get more into this in my favorites, but just know this ain't going nowhere. I do like that foundation. Next up is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, which I actually have two shades of this. This one I use the heck out of, but I'm going to tell y'all guys a funny story about this foundation. So, I was watching Makeup Shayla, which is I love me some Makeup Shayla, okay? So I was watching her channel. This was a while ago. This is not like a recent thing, but she was using the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. And she told me that she was in the shade chestnut. Well, she told me. She told us. She mentioned in her video that she wore the shade chestnut. And I was like, I got the shade chestnut. That ain't the right shade for me. If she's wearing it, then I shouldn't be wearing it. You know what I'm saying? So I went ahead and picked up Chai, which is Jackie Ina's shade. This is one of the shades that she created when she revamped the line and came out with the new shade range, right? So I've been trying this. I've actually worn the new one, I would say maybe like 2 or 3 times. And I don't know, there's just something about this foundation. I like mixing it with other foundations, but I won't say that I necessarily love this foundation. So I'm thinking I may actually declutter this foundation. It's pretty new. I've used Chestnut a lot. Like I said, I used to mix this with like a darker foundation so that it could be the right shade for me. And then this one is Chai. You can see the color. Hopefully you can see the color difference in these shades. But I don't know, there's just something about this one. I'm just not a fan of it. But as far as the shade Chestnut, it says that this has a shelf life of 12 months after you open it. And I'm pretty sure I had this well over 12 months. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter that one and get rid of it. Now this is another foundation that's not going nowhere. I actually have like very little of this foundation left because, as you know, this was one of my old, I wouldn't say OG because it came out maybe last year or the year before that. But I love this foundation. This is the Cover FX Power Pay Foundation. And this is in the shade G100. And for me, this, if you wanted a perfect shade match, this was it for me. So I'm going to finish up this bottle. I'm not going to get rid of that. Another foundation that I'm going to keep is actually, you can see how much of it I use. I love this foundation. This is the NARS, what is it called? The Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. And I'm in the shade Macau. Love this foundation. Definitely going to keep that and try to finish that up. Next up, this is the Lancome Tango Ultra Wear Makeup Stick, and this has sunscreen in it. I need to look out the window because I hear a truck, and I'm thinking that may be FedEx with my new rug. Give me a second. It's better. The liquid tint doll 24-hour makeup sunscreen broad spectrum SPF of 15 is actually one of my holy grail foundations. This is my second bottle that, thankfully, thank you to Lancome, they actually sent me both of these, the stick and a replacement shade for my tint, you know? And the shade that I wear in this foundation is 510 Sweet. I love this foundation. I'm already down here on the second bottle of it, so this ain't going nowhere. But as far as this foundation stick, I'm personally not a fan of foundation sticks. I've definitely tried this and I'm not that impressed with it, so I can go ahead and declutter that. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it because with it being a cream product, I feel like it has less of a shelf life. Oh shoot, 2017, it says it expired in 2017. Well, you know. So that's gonna go ahead and go over to the pile where I have to get rid of stuff. This is a foundation. This is the Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation up to 24-hour wear. I did a full video on the Stay Naked line when it came out, the foundation and concealer. I'll go ahead and link that up in the cards in case you haven't seen it. But I do like this foundation. I'm definitely gonna hang on to this one. And in case you're wondering, I'm shade 71 and N. Guys, I got onto this late. CoverGirl had released this maybe early last year or the year before that, but I know I picked this up sometime towards maybe the summertime of last year, and I really like this foundation. This is a CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation, Comfort Matte. My shade is D60, and this is a really good drugstore foundation, so I'm definitely hanging on to that. The Anastasia foundation. Again, I use down to here. I got a problem with foundations. I keep buying them and I don't use them all, but I need to, that's why I want to do this declutter so I know what I'm working with and go ahead and work with the products that I have in my collection. This one I'm going to hang on to is pretty, I wouldn't say new. I got this towards the end of last year. My shade is in 530N, which is a neutral shade, and this is a good shade for me in the summertime when I actually get a little bit more tan. So yeah, I'm definitely hanging on to that foundation. Fenty Beauty, you guys know they come through with foundations. Even though I told you guys I'm not the hugest fan of the hydrating foundation, when I mix it, I'll usually do 2 pumps of the soft matte foundation and then I'll hit it with 1 pump of this. And it's a really good combination, so I'm definitely hanging on to both of my Fenty foundations. If you want to see it applied on my face, I do have a video dedicated to the Fenty. I think I did, yeah, I did a full face of Fenty Beauty products, so I'll go ahead and link that in the cards if you're interested in application or anything like that. This one is another one of my OG products from MAC, actually. This is MAC Prolonged Wear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. My shade is NC50, and this is another foundation. It's pretty much almost done because I used this for years, actually, and it says it's only good for 6 months. I don't go according to that. If I like the way it smells, if I like the way it applies, I'm not throwing it away. Which it doesn't smell like it went bad or anything like that. I am in front of a window. I feel like the lighting just changed up and everything is so bright now, so forgive me for all the light changes. It's hot, like I said, and I am definitely trying to use some of that natural lighting, even though I do have on my softbox, but it's hot, guys. So anyway, back to the foundations. Again, this is the MAC Prolonged Wear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation in NC50, one of my favorites, and I'm definitely going to try to use that up because this is one of my go-tos, especially in the summertime. It's waterproof, and I think it lasts throughout, you know, your sweat and everything like that. So yeah, I'm definitely going to hang on to that. What's up, man? This foundation is stupid old. I bought this when I worked the makeup show. What year was that I worked the makeup show? At least like 4 or 5 years ago. Oh my gosh, this foundation is stupid old, but this used to be my go-to summer foundation because it don't move. This is the Kat Von D Lock Foundation. My shade was Deep 74, and I love this foundation, but I think it's time for it to go out of my collection. Shelf life when this was 12 months, it's way past that. Well, it always smelled bad, honestly. It always had that paint smell, but it also lasts like paint. Like, that's its swatch down. Deep 74. Should I hold on to it? I kind of like it though. I don't want to get rid of it because I know it's so good, guys. Like, this foundation is bomb. And I know Kat Von D, they're now, what is it called? Something vegan beauty or something. I don't know the name of it, but it's a real good one. I think they should go ahead and rebrand with that foundation because that foundation was definitely the truth. Like, the swatch itself don't even want to come off. Like, I'm telling you, this foundation was the business. I'm gonna put that in the center right now for the baby pile, not sure. These were actually other good foundations, which I had 2 shades of this as well. This is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. Now the funny thing with this is, I had 2 foundations and then they went ahead and released more shades. And these I had 2 of these 2 different shades in this foundation. I really like the formula. I like the applicator, the fact that it has that doe foot application. And as you can see, this bottle, I used a lot of it. This is the shade 24 Golden, and then I went ahead and picked up the shade 23 Ginger after the fact. And I don't know why I look lighter. I should have went a little deeper than what I already had, but it just never was the perfect foundation for me. But it was really good in the summertime. But I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these foundations. Oh, this actually lasts 24 months. Only thing with this is like the fact that it has that doe foot application. I know me, I went ahead and applied it on my face. That's not really sanitary itself to anybody, so I am going to declutter both of these foundations because it's nothing that I've actually reached for in a long time. And like I said, the foundation shade just don't match me anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. This was a really nice foundation. This is the number 7 Stay Perfect foundation. I don't even think they sell this at Ulta no more, but this was in the shade Hazelnut, and it says it expired in August of 2018. So yeah, it's time for that one to go. I'm not even going to get too much more into that. I know these foundations are hella old. These are the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous foundations. I had 310 and 320. Y'all remember these? Like, I don't even think they have this line anymore. But it was really good actually. But I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of those because they are hella old. One I'm gonna try to get through. Actually, I need to stop wearing this because this unfortunately is the deepest shade of this foundation, but it looks so beautiful. Let me tell you. This is the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation with an SPF 20, where it had a brightening complex, and this was the shade DN4, which I said is the deepest shade. But guys, this foundation is another one with that doe foot application, and I absolutely love this foundation. So I'm gonna hold on to it, and actually I'm gonna leave it at the front. So I know I need to start using that foundation before it goes bad. This one doesn't actually give me the shelf life on here, but I know I've had this for at least a year already. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to use that up. This one, this is hella old, but this is the second bottle of this. This is the Maybelline Dewy and Smooth Foundation, normal to dry skin, and my shade was 355 Coconut. I know this is like 5-6 years old at this point, and I really like this foundation to begin with when I first got into makeup and everything. I love Maybelline. You guys know Maybelline is like one of my favorite drugstore companies. So this was definitely one of my favorites. But with it being dewy and smooth, I found it to be like a little bit oily at the same time. So the last couple of times that I actually used it, I just felt like I was like hella greasy, and I felt like it had a lot of transfer. But again, this is old, so it's gonna go ahead and get decluttered. I'm not against trying it again. I know Maybelline just released the matte and smooth. I don't know why they're focusing more on the matte and smooth products, because those are the ones that they actually did the shade range when they expanded the shade range, and now they changed the packaging, which is more travel friendly. So I may try the dewy and smooth, but when it comes to Maybelline foundations, I absolutely love this one. And it looks hella dirty. Like, I don't know if the lighting is covering that dirt, but this is hella dirty because I used the mess out of here. I'm already down here less than halfway through with this bottle. So this is one that I am going to keep. And this is in the same shade, 355 Coconut. And this is the Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation. Absolutely love this one. If I had one to pick, it would be this one. Even though I have the dry skin, I don't feel like this dries my skin out, but it does have that nice soft matte kind of finish. So love this foundation. I'm gonna keep this one, and the dewy and smooth can go ahead and kick rocks. Pretty much everything else here is a drugstore foundation, so not so bad. I have some. We'll see how many I'm left with. Oh, this one I'm keeping because I love this. I did a video on this as well. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Up to 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. This has a broad spectrum SPF of 25. I'm in the shade 515. I know it has a name. It doesn't say the name of it here. I think it was like Cocoa or something, but I don't remember. But yeah, but number 515 is my shade. Love this foundation. I think I think I did a video on this as well, so if I do, I'll go ahead and link that up in the cards. Definitely gonna keep that one. And this is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. I'm gonna hang on to this one as well because I think this shade is a really good match for me in the summertime when I do get a little bit more tan. And the shade that I'm talking about is Mocha. So I like this foundation. It lasts really good. It doesn't transfer. I'm all about that non-transfer life. And this is a really good one. So I'm going to hang on to that. Another NYX one. This is the NYX Born to Glow Naturally Radiant Foundation, which I just picked this up like late 2019, if I'm not mistaken. So this is in the shade Mahogany. Really like this foundation. I'm going to hang on to that. These are hella old. Actually, these were the last one standing because when I used to do freelance makeup, I actually had depotted a whole bunch of these black opal foundation sticks, and that's what I used to use in my kit. I used to actually keep them in the little, what do you call it, like the separators where you can depot it, and being that these are cream products, it's easy to mold. So I went and stuck them. I had hella colors. So these bring back memories. These bring back hella memories. Like, oh my gosh. So it's sad to see these go, but I know these are hella old. When I depotted those, I ended up keeping 2 that was my shade. So I used to do like a full face with this, and I had these shade Topaz, and look, that looks like hella raggedy. But yeah, it's a done deal. And then I also had this shade Beautiful Bronze. So I would go around the outside of the perimeter of my face with Beautiful Bronze, and I would use Topaz in the middle and then blend everything together. Oh, so beautiful. These were also oily foundations, being that they're cream. So the trick that I used when applying these, I would apply it, blend it out, go over my face with the paper towel or something just to absorb all that extra oil, and then go in with setting powder. So these are so bomb. They're easy to travel with, and I just think they're really good quality for, again, the drugstore. Like, don't sleep on the drugstore, y'all. The drugstore be coming through with some products. I remember this. I haven't used this in forever, and I don't think I'm gonna keep this one because I think it may be expired as well. Shelf life on this one. Oh, this also expired in 2018, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. But this is the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir. I think they went ahead and discontinued this one actually. So this is shade 775, 12 Sable, and yeah, it's expired, so it has to go. I really like this foundation. This is another black opal, but this was the liquid version of that stick foundation I was just telling you guys about. This is the black opal True Color Pore Perfecting Liquid Foundation. My shade was Hazelnut. I used the shade Hazelnut, and as you can see, I used pretty much a good amount of it. But like I said, I'm pretty sure that this is expired. Shelf life was 12 months. I've had it for like 3 years, and yeah, it's time for it to go. But that is a nice one as well. I don't even know if they sell that anymore or not. This also goes back to my kind of freelancing days because I picked up 4 of the Anastasia Beverly Hills stick foundations when they came out. I had 4 different shades here. Barely even used them. I have walnut, espresso, chestnut, and almond. So these are what the foundation sticks look like when you open up the package. It says Anastasia Beverly Hills there on the side. I don't know what I'm holding on to them for, but I just feel some kind of way. It's 4 of them. Like, that's like $100, if not more. I think these were like $25. So that was another thing with Anastasia. Like, these were a pretty good price point. And with Anastasia Beverly Hills, I am a part of their pro membership where I get a little bit of discount. So this one's a little lighter shade, which is chestnut. And if I'm not mistaken, I used to wear chestnut by itself. I don't remember, but shit, I don't know. I need to get rid of them because I never touched them. And I think when I did my last foundation declutter, I didn't get rid of them then either, and I still didn't use it, so it's like weird. Hi. It's weird for me to actually hang on to them, knowing that I'm not going to use it, but I just feel some kind of way. And again, another cream product that I don't really actually give away to nobody because it's like, I know I've used it, I know I've used it on my skin. I hate to throw away money, but guys, I think these gotta go. This got lost in the sauce. This used to be my OG. I actually had a full size of it, and then I went ahead and got a sample of it because I knew I liked it so much. So I did use up the full size, and this is a sample of the Smashbox Camera Ready BB Cream with an SPF of 35. It doesn't tell me what shade it is. That is weird, but I knew I would have to look and see what shade I used to wear. I know I've done videos way back when, but not a full dedicated video, so I don't know if I'm actually gonna find it. Can't tell you the shade name, which is so weird to me that they don't have the shade name listed, but I guess maybe in the packaging that it came in, being that's the sample, they had me the shade name, but I'm gonna hang on to it because that is a really good one and I would like to use that a little bit more. Alright, thanks to my daughter, I did find another foundation when I went to open this drawer. This is the e.l.f. foundation. In my recent videos, I did a full face of e.l.f. foundation. A full face of e.l.f. cosmetics products, and this is the foundation that I use. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. I have mine in the shade Cocoa. I've worn it since then and I'm trying to get a feel for it. I can't say whether I like it or not. I can tell you I don't love it at this moment, but I know everybody have raved about this foundation. I don't know if I expected more than what it's giving me, but I'm gonna hang on to it for now, so I think that makes an even 20, right? And last but not least, we have 2 hourglass samples, not a full size, but I'm gonna hang on to both of these because I want to do a video where I'm doing like a full face of hourglass product. You guys know I was a fan of their original foundation. I think it was the Veil foundation, which went with the Veil primer that they had. I was a fan of that. This one I have definitely tried. This is the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Finish Liquid Foundation. My shade is in Golden Almond, and this is like super coverage, super full coverage, guys. And it's like I would try this. I tried to save this for me, number one, being on camera, and also like if I had somewhere to go, this would come in handy. The stick foundation, again, I'm not too fond of stick foundations. You have to have the right formulation to work with me, and I honestly can't remember whether or not I like this. So when I do that Hourglass foundation, I'm probably going to use both of these samples. They're both in the shade Golden Almond, so we're going to see how the color, if it's the same color on both sides, how they last, what, you know, which one works best for me. So definitely stay tuned. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, go ahead and do so you can check out that video when it does come live. So yeah, guys, I got rid of 15 foundations. We gotta go ahead and get rid of a lot of these expired foundations. So I have 18 foundations and a possible. I'm gonna hang on to the Kat Von D for now because I think it will come in handy in the summertime. As you see, I have nothing on my face because it's hot. So when I do decide to wear foundation and it's hot like this, I need some bulletproof foundations that's gonna actually stick to my face and not feel like a slipping and sliding around in the heat. So I'm gonna hang on to that right now. I'm left with 19 foundations. I'm actually not gonna keep it in this little thing anymore. What I'm gonna end up doing is moving them to a drawer because, as you guys know, I've been decluttering, shifting things around. I do have room in the drawers for me to actually move these foundations over, and then we're gonna hit the primers. I'll be coming back to you soon with another video about the primers, letting you know which ones I'm going to keep, which ones I'm going to get rid of, what I like. You get to get a feel of the primers that are in my collection. You know the deal, right? That's what you guys come to YouTube for. So I want to thank you guys for tuning into this video. Thanks for chilling out with me while I declutter these foundations. Again, if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time out of your day to view this video. Come chill with me for a little bit. So yeah, guys, I hope everything is well with you guys. I hope you continue to stay blessed, and I hope to catch you guys in the next video. Later, y'all.